Hey man, what's got you off in your phone there?
Oh, just going through all the funny Mothman memes and supernatural shit posts I've been wanting to share. I just don't know where to put the posts yet.
Don't you know about the Supernatural Selection Discord?
We have a Discord?
Yeah, for years, dude. Where have you been?
Can people chat with the hosts and get previews of upcoming episodes and generally post funny shit as much as they want with other listeners?
I mean, if that's your bag. I mean, personally, I wouldn't do that, but there are even live streaming events for the shows there, too. You've been in a few. How do you not know this stuff?
It must have been my doppelganger. How do I get into the Discord?
It's easy. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com. Now say that 3 times fast.
Well, that's perfect. Now I can share 3 terabytes of Hollow Earth memes. Get it? Terabytes.
Never mind. Forget I said anything. Just don't do that. You should definitely not visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com to join the Discord. We don't want you there.
Too late. I'm already posting my alien abduction fan fiction with the general chat.
Join the hosts and listeners of Supernatural Selection on the official Discord. Just visit discord.supernaturalselectionpod.com.
So, did you know that there's a flat moon theory?
Is there now?
Yes, the theory is that the moon is flat and we're just when you look in the sky, you're just looking at the surface, like it's it's flat looking at it. That's why we only see one side.
Well, I'm going to say, yeah, we only see one side because that tidal locking, like the tides aren't locked, they move. So how can the tidal locking the moon make the moon not turn? I mean, it's obvious if you just think about it, dummy.
Yeah, where I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like an alien holding up this giant paper plate, and facing us.
No, it's just a disk moon that just happens to perfectly face the Earth with its flat side, even though it's not directly overhead. So it's not like a stack with the flat Earth.
No.
It's like at an angle, so it's it's just there. But it's also, as it moves around, it's just happens to, because the Earth's flat and the moon's like doing this weird like figure 8 according to them. So it always so it's got this arm that holds it so it points directly at the Earth at all times, right?
No, it's a turtle.
No, it's not a turtle. You can't see the turtle.
Yeah, no, that's why you can't see the turtle. It's under it.
But you see his little legs sticking out.
No, you wouldn't. It's a tiny turtle.
No, it'd have to be a big turtle.
It's a tiny big turtle. Okay, hi, and
It's
welcome.
not the dumbest thing you've ever said, but it's getting there.
Okay, well, welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin. With me this week are Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how are you?
I think my brain is just shut down.
Wow, and we just got started. Amazing. And we got Mr. David Davis. David, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm tired. No, that's the truth of it. I'm tired, man.
Yeah, no, you got a lot going on. That's understandable, and that's why we're doing a Weekend Weird. I don't think, once again, we don't have any housekeeping to talk about right now, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. Order, how about me, Mike, and then David?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, now that I've softened everyone's brain with the whole flat moon theory, let's go with a follow-up to something I discussed last week. You remember last week we talked about the giant, space under the pyramid that Hawass is saying is not there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so from unexplainedmysteries.com, so already doing great. Mm-hmm. Article by T.K. Randall from April 15th, 2025. The Garden of Eden lies beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza, engineer claims.
Of course.
So, Dr. Konstantin Borisov believes that he has pinpointed the whereabouts of Adam and Eve's biblical paradise.
Yep.
The precise location of the Garden of Eden, if it ever actually existed at all, continues to remain a topic of debate and intrigue among historians and religious scholars. Clues as to its alleged whereabouts can be found in the Bible, which references 4 rivers flowing from it: Pishon, Gihon, Tigris, and the Euphrates, as well as the land of Cush, now Ethiopia. This has led to the general consensus that the Garden of Eden was situated in Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, though not everyone is convinced by this interpretation. Now, okay, you remember how it said engineer?
Mm-hmm.
Now, computer engineer and member of our forum, Dr. Konstantin Borisov, has published a new study in which he contends, rather controversially, that the Garden of Eden is not in Mesopotamia at all, but is in fact the site of the Great Pyramid of Giza in Egypt.
Okay.
Yes. His research involved combining mythological symbolism with a geographical analysis of the region. Quote, examining a map from around 500 BCE, it becomes evident that the only 4 rivers emerging from the surrounding ocean are the Nile, the Tigris, the Euphrates, and the Indus, he wrote. It's clear that the pyramid itself resembles the sacred tree of life. What? Dr. Borisov's conclusions have certainly generated some heated debate, although there is still nothing definitive to link the Great Pyramid of Giza with the biblical paradise. All things considered, we will probably never know if there is any truth to this theory or not.
We will eventually. I mean, it's not like it's a, say what color the dinosaurs are.
I feel like we'll figure that out before we'll figure out the Garden of Eden thing.
No, I mean, well, whether it's under the pyramids.
Now, my thing is, are they saying they built like it's under the pyramids, like in the same way that there's a neighborhood under like Times Square?
Like,
or do they mean it like there's a vast underground, like the Genesis cave?
Was it like bulldozed and built over by the pharaohs because it was a ancient Egypt version of gentrification.
Well, I mean, we already saw how this works. If you watch Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire, there is a portal to the Hollow Earth.
Oh, right.
So it's on. So the Garden of Eden is in the Hollow Earth on the inside below the pyramids.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Neon Genesis Evangelion in the shield front, where like the buildings were all during emergencies would all be moved down into this giant hollow underground.
Yes, you Titanic weeb.
Because there was a pyramid under there too.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, that was the
wow.
Genom.
Oh
thing.
wow!
It was like a pyramid with a reverse pyramid, like.
So it's more of a diamond and less of a pyramid.
No, it was next to it. It's like one slope of the pyramid went down and kept going down into this reverse pyramid, like pool.
That's weird.
Yes.
So it just dawned on me there was a song about this. It's called "They Paved Paradise and Put Up a Parking Lot."
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what we're talking about here. Who did that song? It wasn't Joni Mitchell, was it?
I don't know.
I'll Google it.
I'm Googling it now. Yep, Big Yellow Taxi, Joni Mitchell. All right.
Yeah, a song of hers came on the other day at work that was really problematic.
Oh yeah. Oh my. I don't want
to repeat the lyrics, but yeah. I mean, it was the '70s, but the '70s weren't that long ago.
Man, I was not expecting racial slurs out of Joni Mitchell.
It's just say a word that's synonymous with asphalt and baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Like I'm
Not
like
good.
I'm like sitting there at work doing stuff, and I hear that, and my head just whips back. Goes, what the fuck?
Yeah, Mike's like, hey man, I just looked up the lyrics of this song that was just on.
Look,
Showed
it was
to
so
me.
shocking. I had to look the lyrics up to make sure I didn't, in fact, mishear that.
And you had to
Wow.
be real careful typing it in.
Well, I just looked up.
Then you come off as racist on your search history.
Well, I could tell. I could look at the thing and see that the song was Joni Mitchell, "Dreamland." So I just looked up the lyrics for that song.
Oh, thank God you don't have that slur. In
Yeah,
your
no, I did
search
not.
history.
I did not type in those words into Google.
Yeah, thank God.
I would probably be on a. Well, I don't know. In the current political climate, it's
You
debatable
c-
whether I'd
might-
be on a list.
You could be on the cabinet at this point.
Oh, hey.
I have a funny thing actually. I accidentally showed my class Stormfront.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, because we were doing a thing about like credibility of sources, and early on in the early days of the internet, Stormfront had obtained MartinLutherKing.org.
Oh,
Right?
crap.
Right? So I had a web archive version, but when I created the Google link in the slideshow, it just automatically linked to MartinLutherKing.org, so it opens up Stormfront.
Oh, Christ.
You know, it's a valid lesson about like credibility of sources and everything like that, just because
Yeah.
it sounds official. But
Yeah.
also, like, immediately imagine my embarrassment, like, oh shit, no, that's just full on right wing propaganda forums,
Or that,
Yes.
or kind of like how that porn site had WhiteHouse.com.
right?
Yeah, that was always fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wonder about this. Like, are we talking about? I don't know. Genesis Cavern is the first thing popped into my head, which I kind of like the idea that God made Adam and Eve and they were troglodytes, like they were chuds,
Right.
Go forth, my chuds,
and he banished the chuds from the Garden of Eden.
like you do.
Yeah, like you do. Oh man, I like this idea though. We should come up with the Chud Bible. That's why there were only 2 of them. They kept eating all the other ones.
Like the first couple books are just smeared in shit.
Yeah, it's just doo-doo. Oh God, the book is first doo-doo chapter. Anyway, you get the idea. I don't know. It was a follow-up about things under the pyramid. I'm like, fuck it. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
So, yeah.
It's our show. Fuck it. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Fuck it. And then we're going to talk about Joni Mitchell being a raging racist, apparently.
Like, what was the song like based on an old Southern song, and that's what she was doing?
No,
or?
it's called Dreamland. It seems to be about a trip she took to someplace, maybe Africa, maybe I couldn't tell it was Africa or maybe
And it's just a...
Aboriginal Australia. No, it wasn't. No, because it talked about I'm trying to remember now. Something about people selling stuff from donkeys or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Since it's called Dreamland, I'm thinking it might be Australia.
That's what I would think too, but like some of the other things. But basically, it's a travel log song and about going to one of the not white countries.
And she just thought it would be okay to use that term.
Yeah, well, she also she it might have been South Africa because the slur was also juxtaposed with the Great White Hope. So they were there talking. So
Oh, yeah, the white savior. Yeah.
so it might have been South Africa.
Wow.
Problematic.
Let's just go with fuck Joni Mitchell. How's that?
I mean,
fuck that Joni Mitchell song.
It was the 70s, so maybe she was trying to. I don't know.
I don't know.
Can't
I don't
say.
think it was okay then, but
I mean, it kind of was, unfortunately. That's
socially, yes, but it shouldn't have been.
It shouldn't have been. No, I'm not saying, but things definitely have changed since then.
Oh, yes.
But have they?
No.
But still, you'd think a radio station would, even if it was an
Okay.
internet radio station, would
Yeah.
not play that song.
Like, in all fairness, it's Radio Paradise, and it's run by a couple of ex-hippies out in the middle of the desert. So, like, I don't know that they thought about it when they put it on there.
Well, no, that justifies it then.
Yeah, sure. Casual racism. Anyway,
the casualist of racism.
Welcome
Wow.
to This Week in Racism.
yes. Welcome to the Racism Report. So, Anyway, I just thought it'd be fun if we talked about the Garden of Eden being under the pyramid, maybe, perhaps.
Like, what would you want if you had your druthers? What would you want under the pyramid?
Stuckies, maybe? I could buy like a salted nut log and take a poop and get a t-shirt.
The only Stuckies in Egypt. No, it's going to be a Bucky's.
Oh, I found the puppet.
Oh, no.
I found the Bucky puppet, man.
Oh,
I didn't hide it well enough, apparently.
He's got some strong... Speaking of Joni Mitchell... Anyway, we're not going to do that.
Joni Mitchell must be that Bucky's favorite musician.
I love Joni Mitchell. Anyway, we're not going to do this.
Especially when she says the slurs.
You know, you sound like fucking Conky from Trailer Park Boys when you do that.
I feel like it's my own private detective popcorn.
Oh, God.
And I don't need to do it, so... Anyway.
And that's why Mike hides it.
Yes.
I didn't hide it.
But I don't
you
know.
should, though. I think we should make a game of it where Mike hides the puppet.
I
And
still
then
don't know.
if Kevin finds it, he gets to do an episode as the puppet.
I know. I'd like the show to continue.
Like I told Kevin, I would not hide the puppet. I would either put it somewhere in a funny, inappropriate position, or I would set it on fire.
And
Those are
make
my
me
two
watch
settings.
it burn.
Yes, in front of Kevin.
In Trailer Park Boys, they threw it into a swamp.
Yeah, I would.
That's fair.
That,
I like even being the guy who operates a puppet, I'm like, no, it's fair. That's it's completely understandable.
Like, where does the puppet begin and where does Kevin begin?
that's the eternal question. How
That's-
much of the puppeteer is in the puppet?
That's the question of puppet brain in general, isn't it?
Yeah. How intrusive are Bucky's thoughts, by the way?
Honestly, I feel like Tom Servo is the dominant puppet. Bucky's just Bucky was just annoying until somebody pointed out that the guy that owns Bucky's is like a right-wing dude, and I was like, "Oh, I got terrible opinions about minorities." And then I was like, "Oh, what have I done?"
How
This
many
is a
puppets
thing
do you
now.
own?
Two.
How many puppets? Two? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I got the Beaver.
Don't
and-
grab a third one.
I got
Don't grab a
God
third
no.
one.
I got a Beaver and I got Tom Servo. That's all I need.
Told Kevin Bucky is his latent, Southern racism just coming to the forefront. It's yearning to be free.
Like once a
my
month,
grandfather.
he has to bring the thing out. He's got a little pillowcase hat for it.
It's the genetic memory of my grandfather climbing out of me. Oh, I hate this. Mike, what have you got for your story?
So, where did I hide that story?
The same place you're hiding Bucky.
So, we haven't done any mushroom stories in a while. So
Hell yeah.
So I got a
Fungus
mushroom
report.
story. It's fresh from the fungus report via
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Gizmodo on April 14th. This unassuming mushroom packs the bitterest taste ever measured.
Okay, here's a
Defeat.
question. You know the heat thing is like, what is it, Scovilles?
Yeah,
What the hell is a bitter unit?
I'm sure there is one.
It's called a Kevin. No.
Well, I mean, we have that bitter spray for the cats that you just spray it and I taste it in the air.
Uh-huh. Ginger does not give a fuck and will continue to chew the wires. I touch him 5 years later and accidentally get my finger in my mouth. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, you can wash your hands and you still get it in
Yeah.
your mouth.
Ginger
It's
don't
like
give
licking
a fuck.
It's like licking a Nintendo Switch cartridge.
Yes, it's the same.
Yeah,
same
yeah,
stuff.
it's the same stuff.
Which
You
I
all
need to
ever
go-
did that?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course we did the first
Yeah.
time we
Yeah.
heard about it.
As soon as they
No,
said
I mean,
don't lick it, we were like, okay.
Yeah, you hear about it on the news. You kind of have to
Yeah.
I mean, I got a Switch cartridge right in front of me. Should I lick it?
do it.
It's
live,
like
live lick reaction.
Wow, yeah, that still tastes bitter.
it's like that Kids in the Hall sketch. Hey, Danny, don't put salt in your eyes. Ah!
Now, see, if we would have gotten that on video, we could have put it on the Patreon as bonus.
What, Mike
footage.
licking a cartridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, could have, but I don't know how much that's worth.
I don't see though if that would actually keep a dumbass kid from swallowing it. Really.
Yeah, kids are dumb. I was.
So anyway, speaking of back to bitter, scientists have discovered 3 new bitter tasting compounds inside a mushroom called Amoropostia Stiptica.
Let me mark my bingo card.
Oh, man.
It's Stiptica.
Everybody mark your Mike Fumbles Latin.
Stiptica.
Hey, Mike, have you had enough rum for this?
I'm not drinking rum tonight.
What?
I had a soda with dinner, so
Okay.
I'm not gonna drink
That's
more
fair.
tonight.
Okay.
I don't want to drink too much soda.
So you're raw dogging it.
Well, yeah, I do
Okay.
sometimes. I'm not
Raw
always.
dog in reality.
I don't know, man. If I were still drinking, I would definitely drink during this show.
Well, this isn't one of the heavy shows. This is just.
Oh,
Weekend
that's
Weird.
true. Yeah, you're gonna have to do that for next week for sure.
Would you eat the forbidden fungi?
Probably.
Scientists have uncovered a mushroom-derived compound that seems to be the most bitter substance known on Earth. Researchers in Germany made the not-so-tasty find in a species of mushroom called Amaripostia stiptica, also aptly known as the bitter bracket fungus.
Bracket.
This compound is one of 3 new bitter molecules discovered by studying the mushroom. The findings may help scientists better understand. Oop, I hit my microphone.
Okay.
The findings may help scientists better understand how animals like us evolved to detect bitterness, among other unanswered questions, the researchers say. Our taste buds can broadly pick out 5 distinct types of taste, one of which is bitterness. Scientists have identified around 2,400 different molecules that elicit a bitter taste, with over 800 linked to at least one specific taste receptor. According to the study researchers, however, this list is only a small sample of the many bitter-inducing things truly out there. Most of these compounds identified so far have come from flowering plants or are synthetically produced.
Right.
And there's simply a lot less we know about the bitter taste that originates from the other branches of life, and fungi included.
Because who wants to know?
Yeah, I mean, who wants to go out and eat this bitter, nasty tasting thing?
Yeah, if you lick a mushroom and it's bitter, you've licked the wrong mushroom. Look for the one that makes you see colors or hear colors. My bad.
I mean, I do like bitter flavors. I mean, there's
Do you?
obviously like a hard limit. Yeah, like I like bitter flavors. I don't know why. It became a thing for me.
Okay. I don't like bitter flavors because, as I said, I'm bitter enough.
So the researchers decided to take a closer look at the known but less studied bitter bracket fungus. Though A. stiptica isn't toxic like some species of mushrooms, it is practically inedible due to its bitterness. The researchers found that some of its taste can be explained by the previously known compounds oligoporins A and B, which are examples of triterpene glycosides. But they also discovered 3 new similar compounds, which they've coined oligoporins D through F.
Wow.
One of these compounds, oligoporin D, is so bitter that it can make you pronounce that word. That it can set off our bitter taste receptors, formerly called TAS2RSs, at the incredibly low concentration of 63 millionths of a gram per liter, according to the researchers. To put it in plainer terms, this would be the equivalent of 1 gram dropped into roughly 100 bathtubs worth of water. Man, Americans and their units of measure.
Yeah, just anything but the metric system.
They couldn't even just say gallons. Like, you say, use it in a ratio. Like, so 1 gram in, a million or something like that.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Like,
that's
out of a million, if you put 1 gram in 1,000,000 grams of water,
sure.
That's obviously a big ratio.
Yeah, and it gets a point across without having to bring in, like, pumpkins or...
Yeah. Scientists at the Leibniz Institute for Food System Biology at the Technical University of Munich in Freising and at the Leibniz Institute of Plant Biochemistry in Halle,
Holly.
Halle.
Yeah, Holly, I think, David.
Yeah.
Can I get you to weigh in?
I'm gonna say yes, Kevin.
Okay, cool. I
Holly.
just thought maybe you had an opinion.
Made the discovery together. Their findings were published earlier this February in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry. Researchers say their study is the first to subject mushroom-derived compounds to functional bitter taste receptor screening. And what we learned from studying A. styptica is similar mushrooms could help us better understand the nature of bitterness. So we'll understand Kevin better.
Awesome.
Bitterness is thought to be commonly used by living things to signal their toxicity to potential predators and avoid being eaten, for instance. But the bitter bracket fungus isn't toxic to humans, and other very toxic fungal species like the deathcap mushroom taste quite fine. Who would... I mean, I guess you have, time to tell somebody, but say if you eat a very deadly mushroom like that, I'm dying, but it tasted really good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this is what you call a nope fungus, and then you fall over dead.
We also have bitter taste receptors in other parts of the body besides the mouth, but
is
scientists
it the butthole?
Still aren't sure why.
It's the butthole, isn't it?
So discovering and studying these bitter compounds is an important part of the process needed to answer these and other burning questions, the researchers say. All right, so Kevin, you want to stick a Switch cartridge up your butt to see if you can taste it there?
No, not even for Patreon money.
They're calling that bitter boofing.
Bitter boofing?
The bitter boof.
Hey, you remember the get yourself a little pat of butter?
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself a bitter bracken fungus.
There you go.
Yeah. I just thought, I don't know, it popped in my head. Shut up.
I didn't say anything.
You were thinking it.
Heaven, you're hearing voices, friend.
Yeah, Kevin's voices are telling him to shut up, and he's blaming us for it.
Yes.
Was it Bucky or Tom Servo?
Look, shut up. This time I am talking to you, damn it. Look, I've hit 49. In my old age, it is getting bad.
Kevin, just already in his old grandpa senile phase.
Look, don't make me shake my cane at you.
Don't make you shite your pants.
Damn it. I don't have to stay here and put up with this. I can go anywhere and put up with this.
Kevin, you have to stay
Mike
here.
And I can run
you
the
live
show.
Here.
I'll walk into the wilderness barefoot and never be seen again.
Yeah, but they don't have cats out there.
Look, in the woods,
Not the way you get pet.
It's dork squatch.
No, it'd be just sad squatch.
Sad squatch.
Why does that skunk ape have a beaver on its hand?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Kevin would be the skunkiest ape.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
I just walk around naked with a Bucky puppet on my junk.
Oh, God.
Somebody help! I didn't consent to this.
God.
Quote,
Oh, God, the article's not over.
results contribute to expanding our knowledge of the molecular diversity and mode of action of natural bitter compounds, said study researcher Mike Behrens in a statement from the Leibniz Institute for Food System Biology. Quote, in the long term, insights in this area could enable the new applications in food and health research, for example, in the development of sensorily appealing foods that positively influence digestion and satiety, as in being full. Mm-hmm. Personally, I'm hoping scientists will one day explain why I hate olives. So that's just a pithy line at the end there.
I was gonna say I like olives. So.
I don't, but
I know you don't, but
I don't.
That's why that's why I thought that was a personal aside from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone in the comments thankfully did the conversion. Is 63 parts per billion.
Holy shit!
Sensitivity, which if I remember right, like,
that's like homeopathic levels of bitterness.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. Because there's like some compounds we're really really sensitive to, like the smell that rotting things give off. We're like extremely sensitive. I don't know what the ratio is, but we're extremely sensitive to that. It's one of the few things we are super sensitive to.
Yeah, and then you got the weak people who think cilantro tastes like soap.
Yeah.
I don't think it tastes like soap. I don't necessarily like it, but it doesn't taste like soap.
Don't know if I've ever, had enough cilantro in anything to know if I taste it like soap.
I might have some cilantro. Would you like a mouthful?
Yeah, let's do another game.
God damn. No, what we
Eat the
need to do
cilantro,
is
Mike.
we need to start doing tasting videos again.
That would be fun. I would join in on that.
Okay, David, you start. You have to drink buttermilk.
I mean, if I get some, I will do it.
Okay. Awesome. Anyway.
It's not like my heart's going to explode.
Yeah. So.
We don't have to down a whole gallon.
No, you just,
Well, I mean, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it the right way, sir.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh,
I'm going all in.
The buttermilk challenge.
Yeah, remember when the gallon of milk challenge was a thing?
Yeah, didn't we have a friend projectile vomit trying to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, just a geyser.
And another friend, actually accomplished it and did not, get paid.
Poor son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Yep. So, that's interesting. Like, I don't, like, the bitterest thing I've ever had was that embittering spray.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how much bitter this must be.
I mean, very.
Okay.
Yes.
No, conclusive.
Yeah, what's the most bitter thing you've ever had, David? Because, Mike, for you, it's the embittering shit, right?
I mean, that is pretty bad, yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a Pabst Blue Ribbon. No.
I don't know. The most bitter thing that I've ever had is when I saw Justice League, and I was really upset about it.
Okay. No, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I guess if we're going by that, Wheel of Time TV series is the most bitter I've ever tasted.
I mean, I do like black coffee. I mean...
Okay. Yeah, no, it's bitter, but that's also not like the bitterestest.
Yeah, it's not the bitterest, yeah.
Yeah. Well...
Mount Bitterest.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like Bucky's pretty bitter, but we're going to move on from him. Well, thank you for that one, Mike. David.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Okay, so I was still trying to dig up some information on this article, but I too am revisiting a past story that I have presented.
Uh-huh.
Missouri man arrested again for getting intimate with a train seat.
God damn it.
Was this like number 3 or something?
I think it is the third time.
Yeah, this is, well, it says it's the second here in less than a year.
Okay, I feel like at this point, just let the guy have the train.
Right? Well, we'll find out.
Okay.
Number one, this article is written by Sam. That's the only name I have.
Just
on a website.
Sam.
Yeah, on a website called Quirkle.net.
Ugh.
But I was able to confirm the article across a couple other sources. Again, like, how many weeks ago did we first talk about train seat fucker here?
Oh, it's been a while, and I'm looking at the picture, and I'm like, yep, that's that same dude.
Yeah. So, I'll go ahead and read the article. This is on April 3rd, 2025. Some people just don't learn. A Missouri man has landed himself in hot water yet again after being caught trying to have sex with a train seat for the second time in less than a year.
God damn.
A not-so-romantic obsession. D'Angelo Covington, a St. Louis resident, has been charged once again with misdemeanor sexual misconduct after he was caught on Metrolink surveillance footage engaging in an inappropriate act with a train seat. According to reports, the bizarre incident took place on February 13th. Witnesses at the UMSL South Metrolink station first reported Covington exposing himself in public. Later that day, he boarded a train at Central West End Station, and when it arrived at the Lambert Airport Station, he allegedly took things to another level, spending 10 whole minutes engaging in a sexual act with the upper bar of a train seat.
Again, the bar, not the cushions, the bar.
Not like, the vice president.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this guy in politics now?
Right. Authorities quickly launched an investigation and reviewed security footage. Again, not a great day to go to work. Which provided undeniable proof of the unusual crime.
Oh, man.
Shockingly, this isn't Covington's first run-in with the law for train seat-related misbehavior. Last June, he was caught in a similar act, exposing himself and attempting to engage in inappropriate conduct with a Metrolink seat. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 173 days in jail before being released after time served.
Okay. When it said pled guilty, I feel like at the hearing it was more, yeah, I did that shit. We're in love.
Right. However, just 10 weeks after his release, Covington found himself right back in jail, this time facing 2 new counts of sexual misconduct. When Covington appeared in court on March 3rd, he requested a bond reduction from $50,000, but the judge refused, citing his repeat offenses. Kevin Scott, general manager security for Bi-State Development, which operates Metrolink, confirmed that Covington is now banned for life from using the train system. Quote, this individual is on that exclusionary list, and as a result of this act, he will receive a lifetime ban.
I like to think they have a train fucker list.
Right?
I mean, hopefully he's the only one on it. I mean,
you never know. I always think there's at least, the weirdest thing you can think of, there's probably at least 2 people who are into it.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's probably like one other guy on that list, but they only caught him the once.
So
I think you'd call them kink soulmates.
So this is like a modern day Romeo and Juliet. He's now can't see the love of his life.
Is he gonna drink poison, or is the train gonna drink poison?
Well, I don't know. Well, they both drank poison just eventually, right? Or how did they die?
Yeah, it's like one of them. God, what was it like? One of them faked killing themselves, and then the other one killed themselves, and then the first one woke up. Yes. Saying that the one killed themselves and then killed themselves.
Hey, you remember your high school English class?
I do.
I mean,
it was a comedy of errors. If you find that sort of thing funny,
it seems to be the case of tragedies, and that there's the perceived tragedy, then it becomes the real tragedy.
So, excuse me. All right. So during the hearing, it was revealed that Covington had drugs in his system at the time of his arrest.
No kidding.
And had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia.
No surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, records show that last May, Covington was convicted of sexual misconduct involving a minor under the age of 18.
Oh, okay.
15.
Now it became,
there
terrible.
we go.
It could just be a happy, fun, train fucker story.
Hey.
Now, was it because it was attached to a new train? Is that what was going on?
I don't know, but now he's got 2 things in common with some Republican politicians.
Well, and, this guy likes what he likes.
They always fuck mass transit?
No, child diddling and fucking furniture.
No, I was going to say fucking mass transit over.
Here's the thing. This guy likes what he likes, and he needs an outlet, so I'm checking the price of train seats right now.
I had a friend that they had like a shed in the backyard, and we used it as like a clubhouse. And to sit on, I don't know where they got it, but they had like the bench seats from like a Denny's or something. So
that's where the child was conceived.
It can't be that hard.
Well, you just wait for them to remodel or redo things.
It's got to be on eBay, right?
I don't know. You read some more, and I'm gonna find out.
I have a friend
the article's over at this point.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all talk for a second.
Well, I have a friend that has a molded fiberglass bowling alley seat. Like it says AMF. It's from the AMF era of Brunswick, and he got it because the bowling alley redid all their stuff, and they just they said, "You want a bowling seat? Sure, $20." So.
Okay, I found one train seat here for sale from Alibaba.com.
Oh dear!
It is the HYTS05 first class train passenger seat dual seat, and the price is I think you have to order them in bulk. Yeah, so for 499 pieces, it looks to be $800? That does not make sense.
Surprisingly difficult to find one that isn't an antique for like $500.
Oh, but they discounted the shipping costs, even with tariffs going on. Shipping cost for 100 pieces, $12,755.74.
Oh, is that all?
So we can crowdfund for him.
Well, I mean,
I don't wanna. Just saying, I don't wanna.
just I don't know. I'm sure you can go to an auction or
Here we go, eBay.
look on.
Oh,
eBay,
this is classy. This is an antique.
Yeah, I know. That's
1950s railroad seat, train seat vintage, cast aluminum, needs to be reupholstered, so it needs a facelift.
That's okay. Right. He's gonna fuck the upholstery off anyway.
Yeah. $12,900 or best offer.
Okay. Best offer is a ham sandwich and $20.
My best offer is you can watch.
Oh yeah, God. Alibaba has like used train seats as a category. Used by whom though?
Farts.
For what?
Just
This
full
guy.
of farts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Adjustable blue heights. Okay, no, these are a little more reasonable. Luxury train seat with footrest for $170.
That's
There
not
you go.
bad. Hey, this guy just needs to look. He's looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah, so, I think we can help him out here.
I don't know that we should, but we could.
Well, I mean, if it keeps him from, like, fucking the seats in front of other people, right?
Yeah. They'll find his body. He's dead. He's just got his dick stuck in the space between the pipe and the headrest.
Ow.
He died there.
Look, I mean, it's public transit. You know how many, like, boogers are wiped on that pipe? Maybe that's his thing.
I'm going to throw up.
Gross.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to go throw up.
Good.
I'm going to let Bucky take over.
What do you think, Bucky?
I think this man's a sicko and ought to be buried in a concrete square.
Jesus Christ, Bucky.
And what's his phone number?
Hey, you're not Bucky.
No, you're right. I'm not Bucky. I'm Stucky.
And I'm Chucky.
God damn it, we can't all be a beaver.
We all could be insane if we wanted to.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a beaver. I'm a marmot.
And I'm a ground squirrel.
Fuck both of y'all. Well, we just lost every listener we've ever gained. Oh, God.
Oh,
3
man.
Puppet Moon shirts coming this December.
Here's the thing. I have my blonde naked puppet.
Oh, God. Hey, did I tell you I want to get a patch to iron on over Bucky's logo?
Mm-hmm.
And the one I found is like a guillotine patch. And I want to get him on there going, the government can only rule so long as you let them. Just shit like that. And like, taxes fund the oppressors. Just stuff that's going to get me in trouble. But it's a puppet.
Anti-capitalist Bucky would slap. Yeah.
I'm legally distinct Bucky. Did I tell you I came up with a full name for this version of Bucky is Buckminster W. Beaver?
Nice.
Yeah.
We don't clean our bathrooms.
Our bathrooms are a place for gay orgies.
Hey, great.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. Wow. I think it's time for a break, y'all.
Okay.
I need some water and cheese and a quick bathroom break. So
I
when we
need
come,
to hydrate.
I have to go chuck on some wood. I gotta shut up. We will be right back after this. Hey, Kevin here. Hope you're enjoying the episode.
Hey, who are you talking to, Kevin?
Listeners of our shows, I also want to let them know that if they're enjoying what we've been doing, they can support us on Patreon.
Oh, Patreon. Were you going to tell them about the early episodes? Also, Patreon exclusive episodes that can be found there too?
Well, yeah, I was going to do the
whole yeah, and then there's the other cool stuff, including art, merch for subscribers, like tote bags, hoodies, shirts, mugs.
Yeah, and
Can you believe people could support us for only $5 a month? You're definitely going to mention that too, right?
I was. Support Supernatural Selection and the Distraction Hole on Patreon for as little as $5 a month. Visit patreon.supernaturalselectionpod.com to learn more and get started today. And we're back. So, have I ever told you guys that Spooky Dice Bag wanted me to play a dual role as Randall and Bucky? And I was like, there's no goddamn way Bucky's becoming a part of this podcast.
Well, was this before I joined?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because they've not mentioned that since, and I'm glad that they haven't.
Yeah, no, because I
want that to happen.
Because I was like, you don't want this, because I have terrible opinions about the minorities of Faerun. It was so bad. So, and they were like, okay, maybe not. So, anyway, time for our next batch of stories. This one, for me, is from thedailymail.com, because I guess I have to have one every week. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Article was by Ellen Lapointe, and this was published on April 3rd. And the article was called Flat Earthers in Shambles After Astronauts Release New Footage of Our Planet.
I love any article that uses in shambles.
Yeah. Yes. You know, I want to make a fantasy city with a section called the Shambles. So it's like, where is he? He's in shambles. So, civilian astronauts captured astounding footage of Earth from space that clearly shows the planet's curvature, sparking outrage among flat earthers. The stunning video was taken by the passengers of the Fram-2 mission, a historic SpaceX flight that has put humans in orbit over Earth's poles for the first time ever. In the video, Norwegian film director and Fram-2 spacecraft commander Jannik Mikkelsen can be seen gazing out the window of the Dragon spacecraft, observing the clouds and ice blanketing one of Earth's two polar regions. The camera turns to show the curving edge of our spherical planet, then hones in on the features of Earth's surface. Flat Earthers in shambles, one ex-user posted in reference to the video. But the Flat Earthers hit back with claims that the footage was actually CGI or taken with a special lens.
That's their stock line rebuttal.
Shambles my ass! Complete the circle. Are we in another Ice Age, Lamo? Why is half the Earth covered in ice? Stop using curved lenses, one person commented. It's too easy to edit this sort of footage, another wrote. Oh, God, yeah. Humans have known that the Earth is round for more than 2,000 years, and there is abundant evidence to support this idea. This includes the fact that ships disappear when they sail over the horizon line, the round shadow that the Earth casts on the moon during a lunar eclipse, and photographic evidence captured by spacecraft and satellites in space. But people who subscribe to the Flat Earth conspiracy believe this evidence illegitimate or faked. They argue that the planet is actually shaped like a flat disk and that scientists who say otherwise are participating in a massive cover-up. Flat Earthers took to social media to share their skepticism about the video taken by the Fram-2 crew, suggesting the footage is edited, CGI, or taken using a fisheye lens. We've seen CGI before. Not impressed, one ex-user wrote in response to the video. But there is no evidence to suggest the footage was doctored in any way or that a curved lens was used to film it. The Fram-2 mission launched on March 31st from Cape Canaveral, Florida, carrying a crew of 4 civilian astronauts to space. It's mind-boggling up here. It is so much fun, Australian polar explorer and Fram-2 crew member Eric Phillips can be heard saying off-camera as he captured the curvature of the Earth. Here are some photos of them capturing the curvature of the Earth.
Yes.
Mikkelsen and Phillips are accompanied by Rabé Rogi an electrical engineer who is now the first German woman in space, and Chun Wang, a cryptocurrency billionaire who funded the Fram 2 mission and is serving as mission commander. Is there a way to, like, just shove him out the airlock?
I mean, there's ways, but it's not, legal or ethical.
I don't know, Mike. Does space count as, like, international waters? He slipped on a banana peel and went into space. I don't know what
It
happened.
depends on the altitude, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, because, space only starts at 60 miles up. So
Okay. Well, the objective of this multi-day mission was to send a crewed spacecraft into orbit over Earth's poles for the first time in history. Until now, spacecraft and satellites have always orbited around the planet's middle because it takes a lot more energy and fuel to do so.
The polar orbit, that is.
Yes.
Takes less. They should have worded that as it takes less energy
Yes.
to do so.
Yeah. And because the radiation environment in polar orbit is much harsher.
Yeah, because you're going over
Yeah.
the less magnetically shielded parts.
Yeah. The Fram 2 crew has been in space for 3 days now, and their mission is expected to last 4 to 5 days in total, which they're probably back by now.
Yeah, this was 3rd of April.
Yeah.
So
Although their return date has not been announced, the Dragon spacecraft is expected to splash down in the Pacific Ocean off the southern California coast this week. While in orbit, the amateur astronauts will conduct more than 20 scientific experiments and studies primarily focused on their body's responses to microgravity and the overall impacts of space flight on their health. So they don't do anything.
I'm sure there's some experiments.
Other than
like,
piss and eat.
I mean, I'm sure they do like survey.
Sure.
How do you feel? How much are you peeing?
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget the exposure to wonderful radiation.
Yep. How you feeling? Well, I grew a third nut, so anyway, this includes taking the first X-ray of the human body in space. Hang on. Do they need that much more radiation?
Well, while you're there, might as well. In for a pint, in for a pound.
Yeah, you're already up here, so we figured we'd just shove like a uranium rod up your ass and see what happens.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a hat on a hat.
It is. So, performing exercise studies to maintain muscle and skeletal mass and growing mushrooms in microgravity, according to SpaceX. I wonder if it's the bitter ones.
Probably not. I would hope it's magic mushrooms.
Ooh, man, can you imagine tripping in 0G?
God.
I haven't tripped before, so, I can't really.
I know, but God, man,
That is a nightmare.
yeah, I can imagine.
That is a nightmare waiting to happen.
Additionally, first stoners in space, man.
It wasn't that Event Horizon?
No, that was Warhammer 40,000.
Oh.
Yeah. Additionally,
I
after
meant tripping in space, but
not really. They actually saw hell. Additionally, after returning to Earth, the crew plans to exit the Dragon spacecraft without medical and operational assistance. Good luck, guys.
Well, I mean, for especially longer, 4 days is, pretty short for that.
Sure.
But, a lot of return missions, especially from longer duration ISS missions, they actually are carrying them out in, chairs and stuff because they can't really walk too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, their legs don't work no more.
My legs don't work. These objectives were designed to, quote, help advance humanity's capabilities for long-duration space exploration and understanding of human health in space. SpaceX chief executive Elon Musk has set an ambitious goal of flying humans to Mars within the next 4 to 5 years. But doing so will require many more missions like Fram 2 to develop ways to make long-distance spaceflight safe for humans.
So what happened is these people got off of that shuttle, and then Katy Perry and Gayle King got on after, right?
Could
Different
we have
company.
Them? No. Oh, that's right. That was Virgin Galactic.
No,
wasn't it?
that was Bezos's company, Blue Origin.
Blue Origin. Okay.
And that was the small penis shaped rocket.
He launched girls into space on a ding dong.
Yep.
Okay. So here's the funny thing, with these guys saying, no, that's fake, the Earth is flat. I love the fact that to them, planets are round, but Earth isn't a planet.
Well, yeah, because Earth's special.
Yeah,
That's
Mars
where
is a
God
globe.
put us.
Yeah, Mars is a globe.
Yeah.
And it's perfectly okay to say Mars. I can't wait for the first flat Marsers.
I mean, I'm sure they're out there. All of them are flat. They just, they have clouds that make it look like they're rotating.
I want to jump off a building after hearing that.
What's the upper limit of money we should spend to prove that the Earth is, round?
I still stand by jettisoning people into space.
Here's the problem: is that I think for a lot of these people, the bar of evidence is non-existent.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Some of these people, you could fly to space and they'd be like, they just put screen. I shouldn't do Kevin's Southern. For all
don't
these
do
people.
it. But they will say it's a monitor.
They just put screens for Windows, so they just showed us what they wanted to show us.
Yeah.
So you tie them to the front of the rocket, then.
Yeah. I like that plan, honestly. That's kind of where I was headed. Just tie them to the outside of the ship and launch
It's like that fucking scene in Serenity.
It's
they
like
take
that
all the corpses and put them on the front of the Firefly ship.
Do you remember Operation Human Shield in South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut?
Absolutely.
That, but flat earthers on a rocket.
You shouldn't be killed for your beliefs. You just
I'm not
be
saying
shamed.
kill them. You just tie them to it, so the last thing they see is the truth.
No, they'd have a spacesuit on.
They're dying,
Kevin. Right?
You cannot survive on the outside of a spaceship.
I didn't say they would. I'm just saying the last thing they see is the truth.
But you said you're not killing them, too.
Not on purpose.
Well, Kevin's not the one doing it, so yeah, he's right.
Kevin, that's like saying pushing someone off a skyscraper. It's not purposefully killing them. You're just showing them how gravity works.
I'm trying to teach them how to fly. The fact that they didn't is on them. No, I'm kidding. I do want to launch them into space, but it is completely malicious.
So, and also one of the comments they said, if you look at the pictures in this article, you're seeing basically what looks like a globe of ice, right? And they say something, about, where'd all that ice come from? It's like
it's South Pole.
Well, but it's you're seeing horizon to horizon ice.
Yeah, and some of that's cloud.
Well, not really. If you look at the pictures, you see this what is basically almost half of a hemisphere of ice. But the reason being is that globes have this weird trick that the closer you are to them, the less you see of them.
Are you saying that when you're closer to something, you see less of it?
Well, yeah, but it's more pronounced with a globe. With a flat plane, yes, you stick your nose to it, you see less of it, but you can still see, it stretching off, right? But with a globe, it occludes more and more as, your point of view gets closer to the globe. Which is, obviously why you're standing here and you can't see New York even with the strongest telescope from, here in Mississippi. But if it was flat, you could.
Oh,
except for the Allegheny Mountains.
No, true. Okay, when you see the mountains, then.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, I mean, it's just one of those things that just seems weird to people that don't think too much about it. Because the first time I realized, I was going, oh, that's why.
Man, it's funny getting my news from the Daily Mail because, right next to this, The Price is Right host Drew Carey, 66, seen on date with much younger porn star.
Oh, yeah, that's Drew Carey, though.
Yeah.
That's just Hollywood, though. I mean, not to excuse it.
I know. It's just, wow, what an eclectic mix of articles.
Yeah. It's like, that's basically famous people, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
They do that shit.
Yeah, they do that.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Yeah. Wasn't that a song by somebody as well as a TV show? Yes. Who was that?
I don't know, but I remember the song.
Lifestyles of the rich and the famous.
Was that Alien Ant Farm?
No.
That was...
They're always complaining, Yeah. If money's such of a problem, you should do them a favor.
It was,
you should go ahead and rob them.
It's almost there, and Kevin's going to tell me I'm going to be mad for not being able to remember.
Yeah, probably.
To Google.
Good Charlotte.
That's right.
There we go.
Probably wouldn't have got that because I actually don't know anything about Good Charlotte.
I know that
like
song.
Mid Charlotte.
It sounds like you're saying good night, Good Charlotte, good night.
How about Lawful Evil Charlotte?
I don't know. How about
Chaotic Neutral Charlotte.
Oh God, keep away. She might lick you. We don't know what she's gonna do. She's chaotic neutral. Could be anything. So,
She's true neutral. She's boring as hell.
yep. So anyway, that's my second article there. I just thought it was kind of interesting that you can never prove this. You can never prove the truth to these people because
there's no body of evidence that will meet their standards because it's a belief they're looking for a reason to believe in, not the other way around.
Yeah. So
And don't print that we were in shambles because we weren't in shambles.
Shambles is a real weird place. So
Shambles is a good name for a clown.
It
Shambles the clown. No, how about Stumbles?
Stumbles the clown, also good. Better than Shakes.
Corpse Grinder the clown.
Pustule the clown.
Axe Murderer the clown.
Slapnuts the clown.
Bubo.
Meat Ghoul the clown.
I remember watching the Bubo the Clown show.
Bubo the clown. Oh yeah, you had the grand prize game. They used to show Transformers on
Yeah,
there.
it was on
WGN.
WGN.
Yeah, that's the one. Had a friend Cookie. Yep, I remember. Anyway, so God damn it, Mike. What's your next article?
So, do you guys know what the Antikythera mechanism? What is that? How you say that?
Oh God, I know the actual name. Hang on, Antikythera.
Antikythera, yeah.
Antikythera mechanism. Yes,
I've never heard that out loud because
I have
watched those kind of shows that much.
You mean the MacGuffin in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny?
Never seen
Fuck
it.
that movie.
Kevin, you can't say
okay.
fuck that movie. You haven't seen it.
I know, but like,
But fuck the idea of that movie.
yes, thank you.
Well, it can't
It
be
was
worse.
okay.
It can't be worse than, the nuclear refrigerator from the previous movie.
I mean, I can confirm that it's not worse than that.
Anyway, what about the Antikythera mechanism there?
Well, from Gizmodo as well, from April 11th, the famous Antikythera mechanism was a mechanical disaster, new research suggests.
So it was that movie.
Piece of shit didn't work.
Son of a bitch, I tried to find my way and all it did was make raspberries at me.
This isn't going to make my coffee at all.
I don't know why it was Jimmy Stewart, but
In 1901, sponge divers discovered an ancient shipwreck off the coast of the Greek island of Antikythera. Among the recovered materials, a corroded lump of metal caught the eye of archaeologist Valero Staes. The artifact turned out to be a surprisingly complex, though fragmented, mechanical device dated between the late 2nd and early 1st centuries BCE. Now called the Antikythera mechanism, is widely considered to be the world's first analog computer, tracking time and astronomical events through gearwork and pointers. New research adds a twist to the story of this famous device, suggesting the Antikythera mechanism may never have worked as intended, that it was just a fancy knick-knack.
God damn it.
The triangular shape of the gear teeth wasn't the issue, according to new simulations. The real problem was likely flaws in the gear construction. The new work shows that even the tiniest manufacturing mistake could have caused the mechanism to jam or slip, raising the possibility that the Antikythera mechanism was either non-functional or originally built with far greater precision than the scientists can now discern. Because, it's all corroded, so
Right.
it's hard to tell exactly how precisely made it was.
So are you saying dude tried to use it, got pissed off, chucked it in the ocean?
Well, it was in the shipwreck, so it'd probably be shipped somewhere.
Oh, that's why it wrecked.
Yeah. I mean, maybe someone was sending it to a family member and like, look at this crappy shit I tried to make. Turns out it doesn't work.
And it never got there. Good.
Yeah. Since its discovery, many scholars have questioned whether the Antikythera mechanism actually functioned or if it was merely a glorified bauble. In this spirit, two engineers, Esteban Guillermo Sigsti and Gustav Francisco Arenas from Argentina's National University of Mar del Plata, combined previous approaches to analyze how the gearwork's triangular teeth and manufacturing errors may have impacted its functionality. Their work is detailed in a paper posted April 1st. Wait, you don't post scientific papers on April 1st? Come on.
That's a terrible idea.
On the preprint server Arxiv that has not yet been peer-reviewed. The Antikythera mechanism had interconnected indicators like the hands of a clock that pointed to the positions of the sun and moon in the zodiac, future eclipses, the Egyptian calendar date, and a Greek lunar solar calendar. Quote, the indicators are driven by a gear train, which introduces two main sources of errors that affect their accuracy, the researchers explained in the study. First, the triangular shape of the teeth results in non-uniform motion, causing acceleration and deceleration as each tooth engages. Today, modern gears use a involute tooth profile. Quote, second, the inevitable inaccuracies in gear manufacturing can also generate errors.
I think what you're telling me is we have an antiquarian fidget spinner.
I mean, possible. It's like, 3D printer guys like printing like those gear things like you turn and they just do stuff like the cube that turns and it like morphs into something else and then turns back into a cube. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a little fidget device, ancient fidget device. Probably not. It probably sounds like it was made to actually do something, but it might have not have worked,
I don't know. I mean, the saddest part about all this, it was already corroded before it sank, so that's why it didn't work.
Yeah. But I mean, this is just someone was making this as their hobby, and like a lot of people that make shitty things in their hobbies are like, here, you're a relative, you have this.
Take it. Fucking take it.
To investigate how these two features may have affected the device's function, they simulated the system using a computer model that incorporated earlier measurements from two researchers, Alan Thorndike and Mike Edmonds, who had analyzed the triangular tooth and manufacturing problems, respectively. Ultimately, quote, our findings indicate that while the triangular shape of the teeth alone produced negligible errors, manufacturing inaccuracies significantly increased the likelihood of gear jamming and disengagement, the researchers wrote. In other words, the, quote, manufacturing problem, as measured by Edmonds, would have made the Antikythera mechanism practically unusable. Quote, as a result, two possibilities arise. Either the mechanism never functioned or its errors were smaller than those found by Edmonds. The researchers add that, though possible, it is unlikely that someone would intentionally build such an unusable device. As such, they suggest that Edmonds' analysis might have been skewed by the highly corroded nature of the artifact, while emphasizing that their own results should be interpreted with caution given the speculative nature of the study. This study doesn't settle or debate whether the Antikythera mechanism actually worked, but pushing, there we go, that's the word I'm looking for, but is pushing the conversation forward. As scientists continue to analyze the device from its badly degraded remains, each analysis uncovers something new, while also reminding us how incredibly precise its makers needed to be. So, it's kind of a little misleading because it basically means that, this guy's other study was wrong, so this could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. Maybe, they were able to make things more precisely than this other guy thought they could.
Yeah.
Yeah. We still don't know a damn thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little disappointed after I didn't pre-read this, so
It'd be the funniest fucking thing if it's like, oh shit, we're looking at it upside down.
Yeah.
Then you turn it the right side up, it's like, oh, now it makes sense what it is.
Yeah. Or maybe a piece fell off.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think Well, there obviously are missing pieces, but I think the bigger problem is as metal corrodes, it gets the tolerances change, right? Metal corroding, it doesn't just stay the same shape and size.
Right.
Metal corrodes, it frequently will expand, like the oxide. When metal corrodes, it's rusting basically, or a process similar to rust. So the metal is gaining oxygen in its, metallic structure. And when you're gaining, more atoms in your structure, it's obviously going to get bigger. It usually gets flaky or fluffy because, metal oxides tend to be more crumbly than their non-oxide, base
Right.
metal.
We'll never know how the device truly works until the Chosen One spills their blood on it. So,
Is that
Yeah.
like something from Indiana Jones?
no, it's just a generic thing. An
Okay,
ancient
cool,
device.
cool. So we got to kill somebody on it.
I think this
Gotcha.
one's not going to work even with all the blood in the world from the Chosen One. It's a little too far
Well, we'll
gone.
find out. They got plenty of it.
It's a little far gone. You have to get a new mechanism.
Maybe. We got to build another Antikythera mechanism and get a lot of blood.
So I wonder if anyone's ever tried to just actually make a reproduction of it.
I think so.
Because
And
I just got an interesting idea for that someone makes an exact reproduction of it and they're fiddling with it and they turn one of the dials and then the sun just goes shooting overhead and goes to night.
or they do it and 3 people immediately die.
No, because it's obviously about the sun and moon and all that, astronomical stuff.
So you're saying it is a time machine just like
no,
Indiana Jones.
it's not a time machine. It literally controls it's indicating.
Oh, it's a remote control for the heavens.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, that would be kind of funny.
Hey, good news! You can get an Antikythera mechanism on Amazon
Of course you can.
for $14.99.
Yeah, but can you get one on Temu?
But is it an exact reproduction, or is it just something that vaguely looks like it? That's
Yeah,
what
I think
wanna
it
know.
just vaguely looks like it. The only thing I could see about them actually trying to do a replica, as in try to make it mechanically work, is through computer simulation. No one's tried. I can't find any evidence people tried to actually craft the physical thing again.
So, according to the comments, the YouTuber ClickSpring built his own, duplicating as much as he could, and made a couple of small changes or inferring where the damage was extensive. He even showed what ancient tools, because I've watched ClickSpring before, not of that. I forgot he did have that. I never watched that series, but even because he likes to do things like even using ancient tools, he doesn't, where possible. Like the one I was watching, he basically made his own, wood spindle lathe using basically like you'd have a fire bow with string, but instead of doing that, the string looped around the spindle of the lathe, so you basically move the bow up and down to
Right.
spin
Yeah.
the wood, and you're using with your other hand using a sharp implement to cut the wood on while it spins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And yeah.
So, but yeah, he apparently made his own antimatter Mathera mechanism.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that turned out then.
Yeah.
It seems like he got his to work. I'll have
So
to go watch that.
dude's full of shit. Okay. So that's interesting. I mean, it kind of tells me that nobody really knows what they're doing at any time.
Another comment. Maybe it was a prototype, like an ancient Greek Kickstarter.
Oh my God, that would be funny.
Maybe the inventor was like, "Yeah, this one has some problems, but Zeus is my witness. We'll have the machining problem sorted out in 6 months tops."
Yeah, they were worshiping the ancient god Kikastartus.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's a good one. I like that,
thank
Kevin.
you. I'm proud of that. So David, what's your next story? Oh, praise be to Kikastartus.
And crowdsourcius.
Crowdsourcius, yes.
Okay, we got a Florida story here.
Oh, Christ.
I got this from clickorlando.com by Anthony Talcott. Published, Oh, it was updated April 14th. Okay. Title is Wicked Wonderland. Central Florida woman arrested after selling human bones in curio store, police say.
Oh, lordy.
Yep. So,
Oh, man. Is Marcus Parks in trouble?
Right. This was one Kimberly Schoper, 52, faces charge of trading in human tissue.
Oof.
So, a Deltona woman was placed in handcuffs after an officer found human bones among her wares at an Orange City curio store, according to the police department. In an affidavit, police say that they've received a complaint just days before Christmas in 2023 about the store dubbed Wicked Wonderland trying to sell these bones. According to the police, the store had reportedly been advertising various human bones on its Facebook page, complete with pricing details.
That's a really bad idea.
Like, okay, how much would you pay for a human rib?
Nothing.
A rib? Not a lot. Give me a leg bone.
For the premise, for the premise here.
$50.
Okay, how about you, Mike?
I mean, I don't want one, so.
But hypothetically.
The premise.
Well, what? How's the premise make me want to have a human bone?
Fine,
If
fuck
you
it.
were
We're
the
playing Price is Right. Whoever's closest without going over.
Because since I don't actually want one, I would say like $5 because I don't want one. Therefore, why would I pay a lot for this muffler?
That. God
okay,
damn it.
we're gonna fucking Price is Right.
Okay, no, Mike said
Price is Right.
$5. That is his legit bid.
Okay, and yours was 35.
No, I said 50.
50?
How the hell did you get 35?
I know the actual price is gonna be way higher.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, all right. So the human rib was being advertised on the store's webpage for $35.
Oh,
Really?
I'm actually
So Mike is closest without going over.
Wow. Mike, you get to go to the Showcase Showdown.
Okay, now, not just one, but 2 human skull fragments. What are you bidding?
2 human skull. I'm going to go $5 a pop.
I mean, that sounds like a lot, so I'm gonna go $15, Bob.
A piece?
No, for the lot.
Oh, for the
It
lot.
said 2. You didn't
So
say.
I said 10 total. You're saying 15 total.
Yes.
Okay. The 2 human skull fragments were going for $90. So again,
What?
Mike
What
is
the
winning.
fuck? Okay, why?
I thought fragment. I know a whole skull would be like a lot, but fragments seems like.
What am I going to do with a brain tray?
Why are they so much less than the ribs? I mean, so much more than the ribs. Why are the
I
ribs
don't
so
know.
low? If
Well,
fragments of a skull are high.
We got 3 more items here. All right. A human clavicle and scapula.
David?
Together. You get both
David,
of them
we can't
together.
hear
What are you
you.
bidding?
David. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. You can't hear me?
Yeah, no, you completely disappeared there for a second. Like, we couldn't
Yeah,
hear you at all after, like, whatever you were just saying. Didn't
Oh
get
man,
any of
that's
it.
weird. Like, I literally did nothing except read off of this webpage.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Well, I feel like we've been having some connection issues today.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
So start back over with that.
Okay.
Just go ahead and reread what you just read.
All right. Well, our next item is a human clavicle and scapula. What's your bid?
Ooh, clavicle and What is a scapula?
Isn't that the
The knee plate. I
Oh,
believe.
well, that's a weird combination.
so a clavicle.
No. The shoulder blade. Shoulder blade.
Oh,
That's what I thought,
okay,
yeah.
so that's connected. It's kind of like a chicken wing.
Well, they're on either side of your, ribs there, but
45. No. It's identifiably human. You gotta go $100 because that's a complex mechanism. It's a bone Antikythera mechanism.
All right. How about you, Mike?
I think Kevin overbid, so I'm going to go $1, Bob.
The
You
human
son of a
clavicle and scapula goes for $90.
bitch. Son of a bitch! I got closer though.
Yes, but if we're Price is Right rules, you went over.
Fuck you, Bob.
I mean, Kevin, you could still win this because one of these is a big ticket item. I'm not going to tell you which.
Uh-oh.
But let's go to a new item.
Mm-hmm.
A human vertebrae.
I'll go first. How about that? How's
Okay,
that
you go first.
$50.
Okay.
$51, Bob.
So I haven't watched Prices Right in a while. What happens if you both go over?
Then we both go
We
over.
both lose, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So human vertebrae, $35.
That is high. That is
I guess
not fair.
It depends. Like, would cervical vertebrae be more expensive than a lumbar vertebrae?
I don't know.
All I know is that it is human.
Yes, that is the important part.
No C1
This-
or L5. Or,
At one point, this
Babylon
paid
5.
taxes.
I don't know. It could have been one of those, crazy people that live in the woods and never pay taxes. Could have been Kevin, it could have been a Sovsit.
Oh, are you? Wait, didn't Kaczynski die?
I don't know.
This could be a chunk of Kaczynski.
I doubt it. It's probably a hobo.
Oh wow, that's sad.
Yes.
Have you got any more, David, for us to bid on?
Yes, this is the big one, all right?
Okay.
So, all right. A partial human skull.
$200.
How partial are we talking about? Doesn't say, does it?
All I know is it is a partial human
So
skull.
a fragment was $90, or 2 fragments were $90. I'm going to say $201, Bob.
Oh, you fucker.
The partial human skull retails for $600.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
see, this is how you get killed at the Price is Right Studios, the $1 bid. I know I did it earlier, but we both lost, and now that you've won, I'll kill you.
Well, I was going to say like 300
And
anyway, but I thought it'd be funnier to do 201.
I'll kill you, and then I'll sell your bones.
And you'll get caught, and they'll send you to prison.
Yes, but I'd like to think my prices will make more sense.
The price is wrong, bitch. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. So let me go ahead and get you. That was a fun little game, but
Yeah.
Okay. Afterward, an officer went to the store and spoke to one of its owners, who stated that the business had been selling human bones for years, and was unaware it was illegal to do so in Florida, which kind of shocks me. You think selling bones would be legal in Florida?
I'm shocked anything's other than books. I'm surprised anything's illegal in Florida.
I mean, we know plenty of things are illegal because Florida man does them all.
That's true. That's really true.
So she confirmed that the store had multiple human bone fragments, all purchased from private sellers, and mentioned she had documentation for these transactions, but could not provide it at the moment. The affidavit reads,
They're in
she
my other
described the bone-
pants.
Right. They're in my other partial skull. She described the bones as genuine human remains and delicate in nature. The owner allowed the police to collect the human remains as evidence, and she and the other store owner, identified as Kimberly Shoper, 52, later met with investigators to discuss what was going on, police explained. Per investigators, Shoper claimed that these bones were, quote, educational models which would protect their sale under state law. Shoper and the other owner then became upset when they were unable to recover the collected human bones or obtain a copy of the original police report, the affidavit continues. They were informed that the human bones were currently being held as evidence in the case, and they would not be released to them at this time. Give us our bones back!
Give me my bones!
In the year to follow, several of the bones were examined by experts who found the following. The confiscated cranium belonged to an adult man and was likely an archaeological find.
Ooh, now we're dealing with antiquities.
It belongs in a museum.
So do you!
One skull fragment came from the right parietal bone and was likely an archaeological find.
Oh, God.
The cervical vertebrae may have been part of an anatomical model due to its condition and uniform brown coloration.
Oh, God.
See, the vertebrae was cervical.
Yeah, very good guess, Mike.
I didn't guess. I just asked it, was it cervical or lumbar?
Yeah. 50-50 shot, right?
Yep.
A sample taken from one of the bones revealed it could be over 100 years old.
Oh, wow. You had
Another
old
bone
chop of the
sample-
prospector.
Another bone sample suggested an age of over 500 years.
Holy shit.
Schoper, who was listed as the store's primary owner, was ultimately arrested on Thursday night and now faces a charge of trading human tissue. She was released early Friday morning on a bond of $7,500.
Well,
So.
I think the lesson to be learned here is you have to source your own skeletons.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, much like the Devil in the White City.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he made his own bones.
Yes. We're talking about H.H. Holmes, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. Not awesome. Bad. That's bad, right? That's bad. Bad. Murder bad.
I knew there was more vertebrae. There's also the thoracic vertebrae.
Yeah. Sure.
But that's the one I couldn't think of off the top of my head.
Okay. Well,
Thoracic Park. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm trying to come up with a pun. That's all I could get.
Thoracic vertebrae park.
I'm like zoning out now.
Yeah, you were starting to really crash. Well, that being said, let's move to our segment. Now that we've played The Price is Wrong, bitch. David, what have you got for us this week?
Yeah, one sec. I got the cat here.
Hi, cat.
There you go. She's on the ground now.
Meow.
Cool. And we can edit that out. Awesome.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, not happening.
Oh, shit. Great. Okay, so in the Week in Weird news file that we have on the Discord, I have an Alex Chiu video for us because it is ChewTube. It is a 5-minute video of him explaining Gorgeous Pill and everything like that.
Oh, awesome.
I think that'd be fun.
All right, let's watch that, and everyone can listen along.
And we'll also need to put the audio in the file.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, and once again, this is not piss video, so
Yep.
Here we go. Yep, but I hit play. Do the thing.
Well, yeah, one of my followers, right, told me to describe, the function of the Gorgeous Pill, and
Okay, I need to explain. He is holding what appears to be like multiple chopsticks, and like 6 per hand, and on 2 of them he has 3 styrofoam peanuts each.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's a character. He is a character.
And this is in front of his bizarre Alex Chiu Nazi flag.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Chi flush, okay? Yeah, I think I should describe it, because I never made a video to describe a Gorgeous Pill and Chi flush. Okay, what happened is when you have injury, okay, there's like a wound. Doesn't matter, it's on your skin, or there's a wound inside your muscle or in your organs, right?
He looks awful.
Your wound is like this, okay? Your wound is like this. There's a lot of you see these marshmallow thing. You see these marshmallow there. These represent weak link. These are like injured cells. These are cells that are bloated up.
Cellular
they're basically the wound.
Well, there's styrofoam peanuts.
You know why
the
wound is like bloat up like this? It's because it's full of these weak links, full of these weak cells.
This is like trying to explain time.
When these weak cells are in your wound, that there's no way you can straighten up there's no way you can flatten out the wound.
He sounds like he's improvising this.
He is. This is top of his head.
You have to basically get rid of these weak link, because these weak link is the stuff that basically
he looks
causes
awful.
your wound to blow up like this.
I thought he wasn't aging.
Understand? And that's exactly
he's aging.
What Gorgeous Pill does.
He's aging like meat.
You basically, I found out that if you before healing, right, you take Gorgeous Pill, you have to take it on an empty stomach. Okay, you cannot just
I
cannot
can't
like have a full
explain
meal.
what he's
you just
wearing.
ate dinner. It was a big dinner, and then right after that you take Gorgeous
Looks
Pill.
like
No, it's not
a
gonna
sleeveless workout shirt.
What happened is you have to let yourself digest.
Do they make
after you finish eating
sleeveless
dinner,
scrubs?
you have to digest for at least an hour or 2 before you take Gorgeous Pill. You have to take Gorgeous Pill in an empty stomach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once you took Gorgeous Pill, if your stomach is empty, the Gorgeous Pill, the nutrients will immediately circulate into your blood circulation.
Your blood system.
You have to take it in an empty stomach, and therefore the nutrients from Gorgeous Pill will immediately be distributed to your blood circulation, right? And Gorgeous Pill, what it does is it attacks these
That
weak
name.
cells.
You know,
When
Yeah.
you take Gorgeous Pill,
Gorgeous
the Gorgeous
Pill.
Pill will eliminate. You will basically
he's
kill
pulling
off
them
these
off
cells one by one.
the
They'll
chopstick.
kill them off.
I think that's
Therefore,
actually a
you're-
skewer.
Yeah.
When you kill off the weak
Some
cells,
of them are.
okay,
It's just a bunch of sticks he
your-
found
your
around his
wound
house
will-
because
Yeah,
there are
it-
chopsticks and there are
have
like
a chance to
other things.
flatten out, right? You just
I
have to
think one
keep
of
on
them
taking
might
out
be
these
Gorgeous Pill.
cells one by one. And then
Gorgeous
your
Pill,
wound will,
de-marshmallow your blood.
basically flat out. It will, tighten itself.
Alex
It will
Chiu presents
condense
Medical
itself.
Time Cube.
And then you will become normal. And then you will get rid of the wound. You understand? Without
Okay,
Gorgeous
everybody
Pill, it's
got
very
that?
hard.
Y'all
Even
understand?
if you use the cell realignment machine,
Cell
you use
realignment machine.
diodes. I just invented the diodes, right?
He's
You could
clearing
tape
his
it on
throat a
your
lot
body.
for an immortal.
Even if you have
Yeah,
diodes, you have
he
the
sounds a
cell
lot like
realignment
he's
machine,
dying.
you have the rings. It's very difficult to get rid of these weak cells,
Diodes. He invented
This
diodes.
is where
Marshmallows are
Gorgeous Pill.
sticky.
This is why Gorgeous Pill is very important. Without Gorgeous Pill, I don't know. Healing is very, very difficult.
He said he
without
doesn't
Gorgeous
know.
Pill, you understand? And Gorgeous Pills are usually composed of I try all sorts of herbs, right? The herbs that could irritate the weak cells,
Yeah, that
the
you do.
herbs that could
Oh, yeah.
attack the weak cells and get rid of it. Are
Why
the
would
herbs
you
that I'm using,
attack the weak? Wouldn't you want to?
Stuff like
The
garlic,
weak, the weak
you know,
cells are the
garlic,
ones that are
ginger,
causing the bloating.
Ginseng,
Remember?
and all
Oh,
sorts
right,
of all
sorry.
sorts of things inside Gorgeous Pill. All sorts of pepper, black pepper, red pepper, and all sorts of shit.
So it's just fucking
the,
pepper.
That's why you take it on an empty stomach.
I have chosen these herbs that
like
are
really
irritable,
messes with your stomach.
you know?
And gives you bad
irritable.
gas.
Irritable.
When you taste it, these are spicy or bitter, or those kind of herbs will attack the weak cells. And
Yeah.
when you take
Okay.
these, if you don't use Gorgeous Pill, it still heals. Your wound will still heal, but very, very slowly, And sometimes the wound just
Like
don't heal because
natural
it got stuck
recovery.
there.
Yeah.
Sometimes, your wound was just stuck there,
My
It's
Gorgeous Pill levels are too low.
like you try to close the door, but if the door is like,
Oh.
if
Is
the
he
door is
talking about
too
the Three
old,
Stooges thing
you
from
try to
Mr.
open a drawer,
Burns'
if
illnesses?
The drawer is too
Yes.
old, or I don't know, the hinges are rusty, it doesn't open, sometimes, you try to get rid of a wound, you try to get rid of your injury, whatever injury you have, like spinal cord injury, or you have injury in the eye, injury in the
Is he
ear.
saying you can
You try to
basically
get rid of the
walk
injury, but
again
then
with Gorgeous
your
Pill?
Well, no,
wound
he's
is
saying
stuck there, the cells
you
are
have to
stuck
have
there.
have the Gorgeous
That's why
Pill
you
in your
have to use
system
Gorgeous
before
Pill,
you get
You have to
injured.
get rid of the injury using Gorgeous Pill.
So,
But anyway, that's all I want to say for today. Thanks for watching.
his power just went out.
And he. Oh my God. Just the turning off the light and then making sure the camera's off, and it's not.
Yeah. And the fact that he didn't edit that out.
And he tried to explain it 4 different ways, right? And,
And all
none
it-
of it makes sense.
And all it was crossed chopsticks and barbecue skewers.
Yes.
What it reminds me of, did you ever see that Tim and Eric skit where they're talking about the universe?
No.
Oh my God, we have to. You have to watch that skit. I will link it for you later. But it's the same vibe where they're just making shit up.
I mean, they might have gotten it from him.
It's entirely possible.
Because, I mean, Alex Chiu's been around a long damn time.
Well, he had his wonderful. By the way, he's a great salesman. But he had his wonderfully informative website that Mike had no issues with whatsoever.
Yeah,
Not
no.
a single one.
Nope.
But it's good to hear it straight from him, how it works. I don't know about you guys, but I'm convinced.
I am ready to buy. I don't know about the Gorgeous Pill, but I will certainly buy the Immortality rings.
Yeah, why not?
Made out of washers and magnets.
Yep.
Yeah, that's...
If I got us a set of immortality rings, would we all wear them and be best friends?
I'd
Would that be a thing?
Are you saying that's our secret decoder ring club ring?
Yeah, what if that is our bond of friendship is we buy Alex Chiu's immortality rings?
I would at least wear it for a week to see what happened. Here's the thing.
Well,
you have to have a set. Remember, you have to put them on your feet and your hands.
I'm willing to take that plunge if you guys are.
I don't know. I've got a
Kevin,
relationship to maintain.
We can do a magical ritual with sigils to bind it, so if anyone takes off the ring, everybody else knows it.
I don't want to masturbate on an immortality ring.
No, not on the ring.
I don't.
You do it on the sigil.
I'm not making a sigil. It might give him power. I don't want to do.
God, could you imagine if Alex Chiu got into magic?
Oh my god. Okay, here's the thing. We fuck up the sigil. We watch his next video, and he's like 20 years younger and buff. He's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I think the rings finally worked. It's like, oh my god, we're wizards. Where'd my dick go?
Like, and of course, like on his YouTube page, he's got the same kind of stuff he's always doing. But I had to go into his playlist to find his Gorgeous Pill, like his product videos with testimonials. I almost played a testimonial, but
Yeah, he's still doing his social commentary and political videos. I take it.
yeah, men going their own way is the one.
God.
One of the big things he's doing.
Yeah. What a piece of shit.
That's just guys that are so sad about not getting women that they decide they're not going to go after women anymore.
Yeah.
Are they Fleetwood Mac fans? Is that what it is?
I mean,
can go your own way.
The reason I chose this video is because it's him trying to explain the pseudoscience. Because I kind of feel bad for him.
It's not a very good
Ultimately.
explanation.
No, it's a terrible explanation. We can have fun poking at that, but I'm like, yeah, no. At some point, us covering him just kind of feels like bullying. But I think this is fair.
I think now it's more of a mental health wellness check.
Yeah, I guess we
moved-
could call ChewTube a mental illness welfare check.
Yeah, it's moved beyond bullying. It's become a, you okay, man? Do you need anything?
Honestly, I feel genuine concern.
Like,
for him.
I want to give him a hug and take him to therapy.
Or maybe give him the hug after therapy.
Okay, fair. I want to take him to
Otherwise,
therapy.
he may have the pee jug with him.
Then give him a hug.
Like,
Man,
man, give him a budget, get him on Squarespace, let him make whatever weird website he wants, and get him off of YouTube.
man, we should send someone like to do an intervention, and I think it should be Piss Jug Man.
We still have not done the piss jug video.
No, we haven't. It's been 2 years. We've still not done it, and I'm okay with that.
It's only driving up the anticipation, man.
Patient.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, that's it for this week, because there's nothing that'll end an episode quicker than having to listen to Alex Chiu and us get sad about it.
If you are clamoring for the piss jug video and you want us to finally pull that trigger and watch it live,
Join the Patreon.
let us know. Yeah.
Join the Patreon. We're currently at like $40 a month. If you get us to $50 a month, we will finally watch Piss Jug. I said it.
Yes.
I said it. It's out there, and I can't take it back.
Yep.
So-
It's on the record now.
We're fucked.
Up your pledge, Lenora.
Yep. You heard it. Somebody needs to join Capitalism Unbound. Anyway, so, David, have you got any plugs for the week?
So I don't have anything to plug at the moment, but I will on Sunday. So, thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
I just don't want to I can't find the information on my phone right now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Mike, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Alex Chiu. No, I'm not gonna say.
Don't do that.
I was gonna plug Alex Chiu. I was gonna say like Alex Chiu's, I can't remember what they call it. Beauty pill. Is that what it is?
Gorgeous
pill. There you
Gorgeous
go.
pill.
Buy Alex Chiu's gorgeous pill. Don't buy
No,
Alex Chiu's gorgeous pill.
No. It's bad.
If we get to $60, Bucky himself will make a reaction video to the piss jug.
Bucky will wear the immortality rings. I feel so much younger. No, that's terrible.
And sexier.
I'm virile. Oh, Christ. Oh. If you get us to $100, Bucky will have a segment on the show. No, that's not happening.
No, yes, we're doing that.
Oh, God. Well, you get $100 a month, Bucky will have his own segment every now and again on the show. Bucky's Science Corner or something. I don't know. We'll workshop it.
Bucky's Eugenics Corner.
Oh my God, no, Buck. I mean, that's
Today, gang, I'm going to teach you about phrenology.
God.
Notice the ridges.
I'm gonna teach y'all how to do sterilization. Anyway, I got a plug. Yeah, as usual, listen to our friends over at Spooky Dice Bag and Flagged for Content.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to check out the Distraction Hole on Sundays when we get to do it. So, thank you everyone for listening. If you would like to learn more about the show, head to supernatpod.rocks. That is supernatpod.rocks. You will find a link to our Patreon, our store, our Discord, and every episode of this show and the Distraction Hole, and all kinds of fun stuff, and nothing Bucky related. So, again, thank you for listening. We'll be back next week with something. So until then, stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye. Goodbye, y'all.
Oh, God.
I'm a living nightmare.
Not really alive, are you?
Shut up, you don't know. This is so wrong.